So welcome back in once again. So friends, in today lecture we will discuss about the higher order functions of filter, reduce and sorting. So let's begin one by one. So first of all we will discuss about filter. So before implementing the filter function, so first we will discuss the definition of the filter. So I click here and we can read here the Apple documentation is available. So here is the filter definition is according to the Apple doc is filter returns an array containing in order the element of sequence that satisfy the given predicate. So it means the filter function is always return the array after satisfy the given condition, or you can say the predicate. It's the declaration. It's like this: we declare the filter function. Here the filter is included. It's throw a bool value, and if the bool value is satisfied then it is included in array, and if the bool value is false then the value will not be included in the return array. So it's the parameters is included. It's a closure that takes in element of sequence as its argument. So like the map function, it also takes the element of sequence as its argument and return a boolean value indicating whether the element should be included in return array or not. So it's decided by the bool value. If the bool value it's a condition, if bool value is true, if the condition is true, then the value will be included in array, otherwise the value will not be included in return array. Next is a return value. A return value an array of element that is included allowed, means if the condition is satisfied and the value is included in array, it will be returned by array of the elements. So here is the example like this we implement in our application. So here we are taking, here is the array of cost, and here we applied the filter function here. So we are checking the count is less than 5. So is the correct count is less than 5, then the elements is printing here. So we can implement in our application also. Suppose here I am copy this function, and suppose I am implementing this functionality with the for loop. Suppose here I am implementing the for loop. So first I will type here for. So here is the word in. So here I can type item simply in cost array. So we will take another array. Let array filter is equal to, we will take here a string type array because the value is in string, and here we will filter the values like append the values. Here we will add the condition if the filter count less than 5. So we are checking the every element of array and appending in another filter array. After this we will print this item. So now I will print it. So here a one error is showing. So here string type array here. So we will check it like this. So first here we will check the condition. So if the condition is true, then we will append the item here like this. So now we try to run again. So we will declare it var type. So here the character value is less than 5 of the Kim and Carl. So the two values is showing in the filtered array. So here we are applying the for loop simply, but if we want to with the directly filter function, so we can, so you can say it's the way 1, or you can say the method 1. So if I apply it with the method 2 here, so we can simply, the array is the same for all the values. Array we declare here is the upside. So now I will declare the method 2 here. So simply if I'll type here let filter array is equal to, and here the cast array dot filter, we can directly apply this filter, and here is the first character, so here we can take item in, and we will return here item dot count less than 5, and we again here print the values. Yeah, so here the result is same like the previous, so we will implement like this also, and here if I apply it here like this also, simply yeah, here we did not require it here also, and without this we can also apply the same functionality, so here the result will be also same. Yeah, so here the result is also the same for the three values, and here we can apply it also the same filter function. So yeah, we can here apply it like this also, so it's the different ways to apply the filter function, and we can use any one of them. Suppose here I am applying here 3, and suppose here I not using it like this, so we can directly like here like in the map function, suppose here the $0 dot count is less than 5, so it's the result will be also be the same. Yeah, so result is same, we can apply it like this also, so you can use any one which you want better. So we can apply it here with the bracket also, without bracket you can, it's optional, you can use with bracket or without bracket, so the result will be the same. Yeah, so result is same, so it's the optional, we can use it or not use it. Suppose we want to take in another examples for the filter function, suppose here I am taking in another examples for, suppose here I want to take a array of numbers 2 3 5 6, and here I am taking 10 12 15 17 22, and so here I am taking in another example for array of integers here, and suppose I want to filter it, so we will apply here the simple function for filter. Suppose here I am taking method for applying the directly filter here, filter the elements from the array, so here will be the result of filter number. So filter function will depend in our condition, if the condition is true, so the element will be included in the return array, otherwise the element will not be included in return array. So according to definition, so here suppose here I want to, suppose here I want to return the elements which exactly divided by 5, so the return array will be the elements. So suppose here we want to return the elements which are exactly divided by 5, so here I am taking the elements of the array and divided by 5. If the element will be divided by 5 and remainder is 0, then we will return it. But here the another error is showing, we cannot convert value of type string to expected argument type int. So I will take here, so now I will try to run it. So array of number, we will apply the filter function in array of numbers. Yeah, so here the result is according to our requirement, because we here want the numbers returning which are exactly divided by 5, so here the array is So here the table of the 5 is showing here, all the numbers is divided by 5. So like this we can apply any condition on it. So we can take here another so if we want to take the numbers which are exactly divided by 2, so or you can say you can apply any condition here you want according to your requirement. Filter function just return the array of elements after satisfy the conditions. So here all the numbers of the divided by 2 is showing here. So like this we can apply the filter function. So in the same way we will check the next function here. So first we add a new playground page here and its name will be reduce. So here we add UI kit and we will delete it. Here we apply the reduce function. So before implementing the reduce function we will read about the reduce. So it's the reduce function here. So a by definition of the Apple dog, so reduce function return the result of combining the element of sequence using the given closure. So here is the declaration. We declare the reduce function like this. Here the name reduce and here the initial value. So here it's a very important in the reduce function. We will take always the initial result, here the initial value, and here the next partial result. So next partial result, and after this we return the result here. So here is the parameter, the initial result. So what is the initial result? So it's a, here we are taking in the parameter the two values, what is the initial result and next is the next partial result. So the initial result, the value is used to initial accumulating value. Accumulating value is the calculating value. So here the initial result is passed to the next partial result first time the closure is executed. So it means the initial result is passed to the next partial result the first time the closure is executed. So we pass the initial result to the next partial result when the first time we execute the closure. So here is the next partial result, a closure that combine an accumulating value and an element of sequence onto a new accumulating value. So to be used to the next call to the next partial result. So next partial result is a closure that combine the accumulating value and an element of sequence into a new accumulating value. So accumulating value is just nothing, it's a calculating value. It can be the initial result or with calculating with the new element of the array. So here is the return value, the final accumulating value we return here. So after calculating the value which we are returning, it's the accumulating value. So if sequence has no element, the result is the initial value. So it's the array is the blank, we will just return the initial value. Suppose here is the example, it's an array of element and we use it like this. So we apply it on here. Suppose here I am copying it and apply in our examples which are calculating the number 10. So here all the three cases is added here. So it's work like this. Suppose here I am copying it and apply how it is working. So here the number sum and here I am applying here number sum. Suppose I am run it and check what will be the result for it. So according to Apple dog the result will be the addition of all the numbers. So result is here is the 10, but how the 10 is calculating here? So first we will check it like this. So here is the reduce function is working like this. So first, so here I will check just x, what is the value of the x and what is the value of the y. When the first time the function will be executed, when the first time closure will be executed, yeah, so here we will check how it's working. So for in first time the value of the x and what is the value of y, when the first time the closure will be executed here and what will value will be returned, we will check here. So here I am adding it. So now we'll check it So in first time, what will be the value of the closer when we first time we are executing it? Yeah, so here we can check when the first time we are executing the closer, so the initial value of the x is 0 and first and the y value is 1. So we are adding x and y, so x and y is equal to 1, and in the second time the addition of the two values is the initial value. So first time the initial value is 0 and in the next time the initial value is the 1 and the y value will be the 2. So the addition of the 1 and 2 here, so we are not adding here the addition of two numbers, so here will be add this, we run it again. Yeah, so here when the first time the value we are executing the closer, the value of the x is will be the 0 because it's the initial value, and the y value will be the 1 and the addition of the x and y will be the 1, and the next time the value of the x is will be the addition of the two numbers is the 1, so the x value will be the 1 and the y value will be the 2 and the x and y value will be the 3. So when we next time will execute it, so the next value will be the addition of the two numbers is the 3 and the y value 3, so the addition of the two number is the 6, so on. So in the next time the value of the x is 6 and y value will be the 4 and addition, so it's, so every time the value of the x is the addition of the two numbers. So we are executing here like this. So we are in the Apple documentation, it's the, all the steps is added here. The next partial result closer is called with initial result is 0. In this case the first element of the number returning is some 1. So the closer is called again repeatedly with the previous call's return value each element of the sequence. When the sequence is exhausted, the last value returned from the closer is returned to the caller. So the closer will be work according to the following steps already added here. So if the sequence has no element, no partial result is never executed. So it's the very important line is the last line. So if the element has no element, the next partial result is never executed and initial result is the result to color to reduce. So it means if here I am taking suppose here the array of numbers and here we have no elements in array, so the y is never executed, so the next partial result is never executed, so the initial result is the final result, and here the reduce function, so here it will not work. So yeah, so here is the value is nil, so it's not executing, so we simply execute it like this. Yeah, so it's the issue is related with the typecasting. So array is int type, so if we are not taking any value, so it's not considering that its type. So here we, yeah, so here we can check because it will not executing if the value of the array is nil, so the next statement will never be executed because it's returning from the initial value is 0 and it reduce function is returning from here. It's not executing the next step because the next value is nothing we are getting here, so it's not be executed. Suppose here I am taking so number again, it's a different way we also apply the reduce function. Suppose here is the way 1 and in second way we can apply it is like this. Way 2 can say method 2 So we can simply copy it here, and here I will simply apply the $0. We will take the first value, initial value will be the 0, and here we apply the $0 and $1. So it's the very short, and we can take it like this also. So here space will be add here. Yeah, so here answer will be the same. We can apply it like this also, and $0 every time will be replaced with the calculated value, accumulated value. So here is the accumulated value. Initial value is passed to the next partial result, our practical example. So it's the accumulated value. Is the calculated value is the accumulated value. So if the not any element in the array, then accumulated value is also the initial value. And here is the very short way to write like this. We can also write it here like this. Simply if we want to add the two numbers, so in reduce function we can simply apply the operator here, simply add symbol, so it will be working like the same. So the result is showing here and result is same, so we will apply it like it also. And if we want to apply any shorting on it, so we can apply here like this. Suppose here is the shorting, so we just apply here shorted. Suppose $0 is greater than, we can apply here any condition. Suppose we are applying it increasing or decreasing, we want, you can apply here like this. So $0, it's the increasing order, so if you want here $1 and is equal greater than $0. So it's a single line statement. Yeah, so array is shorted. Suppose here is $1 is less than symbol. If you want to apply here, then check what will be the result here. So the result is showing now in the decreasing order. So here the sorting is working here. So by definition is the sorted returns the array of elements of sequence sorted using given comparator to compare elements. So the sorted function also return the array of elements after satisfy the given condition. Declaration is like this, and here the comparator. Here we are using the compare the elements of the array and return the value of element sorted using comparator. So here is comparator is the any symbol like any greater than operator, it can be any less than operator, it can be equal to operator. So like this, after comparator here we are also returning the array of the elements. So like this we can apply reduce, filter and sorted. So I think it will be helpful for understanding the filter, reduce and sorted array. So thanks for the watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel.